afternoon, Pokesports. On to another VGC Battle Stadium Series 1 video. Bring you a slaking team. Now, I haven't used slaking, sloking, however you pronounce it. I haven't used slaking this generation at all. Even though I was aware of the whole doodle thing and that Grafaiai can doodle away the Truant, which is a new way to actually use slaking, which is kind of cool. I haven't used it yet, which surprised me. So I'm using it today. I did see our friend Pokeberm released this team, and I was super interested by it because it uses Grafaiai in a way that I found interesting. It uses Grafaiai as the doodler also, but can also use Leer, which is a spread move. Now, I know Leer sounds like that baby move that you always delete to replace quick attack with, but it's actually pretty decent in doubles because it is a spread move and it lowers the target's defense by 1. That paired next to things like Dragapult, things like Tauros, things like Palafin, and things like Slaking, if you can get rid of the Truant, is very strong. So, you might notice I have a lot of physical attackers and Leer on a Grafaiai. It's going to be a fun day today. If you guys are excited for this team, go ahead, hit like button down below and support the channel. If you enjoyed today's video and you're excited to see Slaking in action. With that said, let's go ahead and start with today's video. Kind of a standard team we're going up against here. We got the Annihilate, we got the Mousel, we got the Murkrow, we got the King Gambit, we got the Hydreigon, and we got an Arcanine. A lot of dark types, which is a little bit bad when it comes to like Prankster, right? It's a little bit bad when it comes to Dragapult as well, but it's kind of good when it comes to Tauros. I can really take advantage of those dark types and just like blast through them with Tauros. Okay. I don't mind that. I could always just lead Palafin. Nah, it's a little iffy. Palafin is not super necessary here. Let's just go with the original strat. We'll go Slaking. We'll go Grafaiai. We'll decide what we do afterwards. I definitely want to bring Tauros to this matchup. And I think the last should be Dragapult. Even though setting screens would be absolutely wonderful, but at the same time, I already have a support mon on the team because I'm trying to showcase a Grafaiai. Having Grafaiai and Grimmsnarl on the same 4, that means I only have 2 slots doing damage, and I'm going to need a lot of damage to break through the team that I'm going up against. Anyway, show me them leads. First game with this team. Can I do it? Annihilate and you. It's not what I expected. Yeah, I'm just gonna doodle the King Gambit and sucker punch the King Gambit. Why waste any time, right? We're just gonna go all in on King Gambit. All right. Thank you. I'm now taking what, Vital Spirit or the other one? Vital Spirit. Okay. There you go. Thank you for the Vital Spirit. Appreciate it. Now here's a sucker punch. Oh, they bulk up turn 1? Really? They tailwind and bulk up? Oh, but now they're going to want to bulk up twice. Yeah, that becomes a little problematic. I Leer. I can still play around this. I have Ghost Tera. And problem is I can't Drain Punch. I can't Body Slam. I can only Rock Slide. I guess that's not a bad option. A Leer Rock Slide. Yeah, let's do that. We Ghost Tera, we Leer, we Rock Slide. And then we worry about next turn when the next turn happens. Hopefully this will do some-ish damage, specifically to Murkrow. I know Murkrow isn't going to take a Leer. But the goal here is to just Leer and get rid of the defenses that they just gained with the bulk up. Oh, they have Screech. Oh, but if they went for a Drain Punch, we're fine. Screech Murkrow. Yikes. Kind of scary. But I guess I am running Leer. We already know they're not Defiant, so there's no, like, risk here. And since I was no longer Prankster... Oh, that's right. I was no longer Prankster, so I can actually hit the Murkrows with Leer now. That's actually convenient. That's actually really convenient. I was able to get rid of the Murkrow. Unfortunately, they went for the Leer, though. They're going to go for a Rage Fist now. And now they're going to do a little bit extra damage with that Rage Fist, too. It's not an easy one, that's for sure. Just breaking through this Annihilate is going to be a challenge. King Gambit. Okay, now that one definitely has Defiant. Tauros and Dragapult. Okay. Just trying to consider my options of whether I should leave. Or... I probably should. I'll just go for the knockoff here. I'm just gonna get Rage Fisted into the Slaking spot. That's the issue that I'm having. Maybe I'll live it. We'll see. I doubt it. But maybe. Nah. Even though I only hit it once, I guess it is base 100 after you hit it once, right? So it's still kind of threatening. In fact, it's very threatening. All right, King Gambit. That kind of sucks because my best way to beat the King Gambit was that Slaking. All right, they just go for a Kotao. Gonna knock me down to 25 HP. I think I go Dragapult here. Can't steal Tera. I'm gonna get Sucker Punched if I go Dragapult. I can't go Tauros because of Defiant. I'm in a very bad spot, man. This is an incredibly difficult position to be in. All right, well, let's attempt the knockout here. Fingers crossed I don't get Sucker Punched, but I'm getting Sucker Punched. I mean, that's the only thing I can really go for here is a Phantom Force, lock myself onto Phantom Force. And then maybe the Tauros in the back can be enough to deal with this King Gambit. The issue is my opponent has not yet shown me Tera. Thank you? Thank you for pitying me. Oh my goodness, that is the best thing that could have happened to me. I get the Phantom Force off. And I get to go into the guy. What's it called? Tauros. The Fire Paldean Tauros. I'm sitting pretty. And your Tailman's gonna Peter. Okay, into Tauros we go. We close combat and we don't question anything. I'm pretty sure a Choice Banded Phantom Force is gonna eliminate this Annihilate from the game. I'm gonna give this thing Defiant, but even if they Sucker Punch me, it won't knock me out. Now the question is, do I Raging Bull? Or do I close combat? Do I Raging Bull? Do I close combat? I think I have to close combat, so I'm gonna close combat. If they swap, they swap. It's good for me if they swap, actually. Come on, Fire Tauros! Fire Tauros did amazing in San Diego. Well, Paldean Tauros in general. I think Water Tauros actually had more usage than Fire Tauros, but both Tauroses did an absolute, like, wreckage at San Diego. They're actually going to swap out there. Interesting. That means they don't want to Terrastalize yet. Going Mouse Hold. Smart. It's a smart play, but I think I take the King Gambit out here. Cool. Listen, works for me. All I gotta do now is knock out the mouse. Which unfortunately does outspeed me. Does outspeed Tauros, right? Here's a problem though. I'm now locked onto Phantom Force. I'm gonna protect. I'm gonna Phantom Force again. Just to see if they pop bomb or if they follow me. Because here's the thing. I force them onto the follow me next turn if they pop bomb me here, which means I might have the opportunity to go for the close combat onto the mouse. Just keep in mind, I did lose some of my defenses. Mouse does a lot of damage. I don't resist it with my Tauros. They're gonna Terrastalize something. The mouse! Ghost Tera Mouse! That's good for me! You helped me! I can now hit you with my things! This is why we protected. Okay, they were clearly predicting a close combat. Didn't get it. Well, I will not be close combating next turn. That much I know. Oh, this is so interesting. The way that this played out. I was concerned of that just being a ghost type the whole time. That's what would have been concerning. Here's the thing though. I unironically need to go for a flinch. Because if they Rage Fist now into my Dragapult, that knocks out my Dragapult. I don't think I can knock out King Gambit with only my Tauros. So I kind of have to Rock Slide, hoping that I flinch the... I said King Gambit, Annihilate. Hoping that I flinch the Annihilate. If I can get a flinch here on Annihilate, that is how I get this game. Because now with that Follow Me, they forced my Phantom Force. Again, they do it again. They only have to do it once, so they did actually waste a turn there, but no big deal. Phantom Force will eliminate you from the game. But here's the problem now. I need this flinch. Believe it or not. Did I just miss? Okay, well, I guess that works too. That sucked. They went for Drain Punch! They're throwing! Are they throwing though? Because they actually might live. They actually might live the Phantom Force if they bulk up again, because they did bulk up once. I might be the one throwing. This is still my best play. Like, what else can I do? I actually can't do anything else here. So here I am. Phantom Forcing. Now they bulk up. I could always crit through, I guess. I don't think I win. I don't think I have enough damage here. I am Bandit. I am a Dragapult. This is my highest damage output. Oh, that's not enough. One Rage Fist is going to knock me out. GG's. Man, that was a good game, though. That was a very good game. Can't win them all. It was very close. But hey, this is what happens when you're at the top of the ladder. You go against really good players. GG's, B. Unfortunate. Oh, this is Judy Azraeli's team. Okay. Cool. We know every single set here. Assuming it's the exact same team. I think it is. And if it is, I think we are pretty decent to just bring the Slaking, bring the Grafaiai, go to town. We could even bring the Palafin and just try to take advantage of the fact that they're giving us rain by hitting them back with rain. I don't think this is a Tauros game. This is definitely a Dragapult game, though. Yeah, how about that? I'll do Palafin, Dragapult. I'm a little bit sketched out bringing Palafin in the back. But I think it'll be fine. It's just not going to be outstanding. The one thing I do have to concern myself with is that this is actually Haze Palafin that they have on their team. So that means that even if I do drop their stats to negative infinity, they're going to just haze it away. I also have to concern myself with the fact that this is a Defiant King Gambit on their team. So I can't just haze, or I can't just Leer away willy-nilly. Anyway, Ollie. Hopefully this go better than last game. Last game was a good game. I don't feel bad that we lost that game. But we still lost. So I do want a win here if I can get one. All right, they're going to go with the Palafin lead and the Salamence lead. Not an incredibly huge deal. I think we could still just Rock Slide here. Get some damage going on our opponent. Slaking should be able to take at least one hit or two. So we could just Doodle the Salamence and intimidate them right back. I wonder what happens if I Doodle 0 to hero. Do I become a Palafin? Do I just gain a Dolphin Slaking? What happens? Speaking of Palafin, close your mouth. Look at that thing. All right, they withdraw the Palafin. Just a hard swap. Fine by me. Sends out the King Gambit. Oh. Oh, okay, we're fine. Doodle can't go through Protect, so. Oh, apparently Doodle can go through Protect. Never mind, we are in absolute danger. This is kind of scary, not gonna lie. I'm about to double intimidate them. I think this is a special Salamence, so that intimidate doesn't even matter. Yikes. It is special Salamence. Okay. Wish me luck. Here's the thing. I do have Drain Punch. against the King Gambit, so it's not the end of the world. It's just not a great world to be in. I'm gonna do absolutely no damage there because I am intimidated. Since I am intimidated, I'm just gonna go for the Drain Punch onto King Gambit while also going for a Leer. Just to lower the defenses on these two friends over here. We'll see what happens. I have the benefit of my opponent hopefully not knowing what my team is. All right, here's the Leer. They don't expect this. They don't do any swaps. Just gonna get a free -1 defense on the King Gambit. I know I'm giving it +6 in Defiant, or whatever it is, +4. But the Drain Punch should outspeed and should one-shot. All right, we're fine. We are absolutely okay. I was a little bit concerning for a second, not gonna lie, but here we are. They said Tailwind. All right. Wish I can copy that, but I can't. Tailwind. I do have Sucker Punch, though. Now, they're now a -1 Salamence. Back into Palafin. This Palafin only has Water moves and Haze. I can just re-Doodle the Intimidate, though. Maybe I hard swap the Slacking out, go into my own Palafin, and re-Doodle the Intimidate. Can I do that? Or should I go into Dragapult? Nah, I don't think I should go into Dragapult. So I will do that. I will just go into Palafin. And re-Doodle Intimidate here. Just to get this Palafin, you know, down 1 or 2. And attack. This does require my Grafaiai to live this turn, so we will see. I went into my Palafin just to kind of be fodder, not gonna lie. But good news is, they will not be able to one. Yeah, that was absolute fodder. Wow, they actually went for a Draco there. That's super aggressive. They must really be afraid of that Slacking. Oh, that's funny. All right, well, here's an Intimidate now. Oh, I can't Doodle twice? Whack. Well, I learned something the hard way. And I keep Truant after I leave. Okay, this is a little bit concerning. All right, well, let's just go Dragapult here. We have Tera Steel, which could help us against Mence, but I don't think Mence lives this turn. Yeah, I think I'll just, because I want to resist their water moves, so I think I'll just leave it at that. And then I'll Leer again. All right, well, we learned something about Doodle. They withdraw the Mence. Looks like they just want to keep the Intimidate for later, no big deal. Into the Pelipper. Okay, the good thing about Pelipper is that it can't wide guard my Dragon Darts, because Dragon Darts isn't technically wide guard. They just Jet Punch my Grafaiai, no biggie. As long as I get this final Leer in, we should be A-okay. For next turn specifically. Question is, how many turns of Tailwind do they have left? I'm actually surprised they weren't afraid of my... They were afraid of my Dragapult. Because I didn't have Tailwind. They would have outsped me and it could have hit me with another Draco. Unless they were just expecting me to be able to take it at -2. That's always a possibility as well. The good news is they're -1. And this is where Leer is coming in handy. They're going to Wave Crash me. I'm going to resist it. Hardly. Yikes. That was a lot of damage. Yikes, dude. All right, and I got Pelipper. Oh, with a crit too. I don't think the crit mattered because it was -1 after last turn. Okay, that was a little scary, not gonna lie. All right. Well, all that's left is a Mence that is not in Tailwind. So what that means is we should win. I'm not gonna Tera here. They also didn't Tera. This is a Tera Steel Mence. Well, then Slacking's gonna have to be the one to do it with Drain Punches in the end. I don't have a better play. So I will just Leer and keep attacking. Battle's canceled. Oh, did they terastallize already and I just forgot? No. Okay, they just have zero faith in that Salamence, I guess. They have zero faith in that Salamence. Listen, that was kind of a dirty game. I didn't play my best there. I try to doodle something twice. Apparently that doesn't work. But we still come out on top. So 1 win, 1 loss. I'll take that. Let's go on to game 3. Quaquaval and Kilowattrel on the same team. Not gonna lie, this team is a little bit spooky. I might need a Grimmsnarl here just to stop them from doing whatever they're doing. Because, like, they have Trick Room, they have Tailwind, they have nonsense everywhere. Is this the slacking game? Is this a slacking game? Loki, I could get Wind Power, but that doesn't actually help me unless the Tailwind is on my side. The problem is, when it comes to, like, Grafaiai, is that this thing blocks priority. And I think Kilowattrel still sets Tailwind and still just defeats me. So maybe I want to actually lead with Palafin Dragapult here. Go for the hard swap onto the Palafin into something a little bit less Palafin-y. Because Palafin doesn't do bad against this team, especially having the priority there. In fact, I think Tauros is really good here too. This might be a game where we leave Slaking behind. Yeah, I think this is a game where we see the other half of the team. We definitely see the other half of the team here because, again, we're going against for Farigiraf, right? So that means that we can't use any Prankster stuff, which kind of ruins our whole thing, right? And then Slacking I can't bring without Grafaiai because if I bring Slacking without Grafaiai, I just have a true Antamon on the field, and I don't want that either. So we'll go with these 4. And cross our fingers that we can somehow come out on top. Now, I'm assuming they lead with, like, Tailwind and a friend. Might even go, like, this quick. See? They were just going to bring Farigiraf right away. They just led with, hey, I can either Tailwind or I can either Trick Room. Good luck. Which I'm okay with right now. I'm just going to go click Flip Turn. And then Dragon Darts. In fact, I could even, like, target down the Tailwinder with the Flip Turn. And then Dragon Darts this turn. Should I be aggressive and go Steel Tera? I don't think so. I don't think I accomplished much by going Steel Tera right now, so I will just go for the regular Dragon Darts. All right, they're going to hard swap here because they realize that their Farigiraf doesn't do anything on the field, which, hey, I respect. And go into the Golden Go. Or there's my Dragon Darts. If I can connect with this Flip Turn, ooh, which I can, then we are in a pretty decent spot because this means that now I can Steel Tera. Now I can be a presence. And now I have an actual Palafin in the back waiting. Not this little, like, dinky looking one. Alright, we Flip Turn out. And I think we just get the Grimmie. Grim gives us the chance to set up our Light Screen and to Steel Tera our Dragapult if we want to go down that route. Which I think I do this game. I think Steel Tera on Dragapult is definitely the play to make. Back into Farigiraf. That's fine. Because again, we just need the Light Screen up. I will lose my Grim this turn, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. So now we just Steel Tera, and we just keep darting dragons. Then once we get our Palafin back on the field, make some things happen. Here's the issue, though. I can't Jet Punch with Palafin if Farigiraf is on the field. So I do have to get rid of Farigiraf, hopefully sooner rather than later. But I did lock myself on the Dragon Dart, so we have to just see how this is going to go. They're going to Terastallize. Okay. Terra Steel, probably. Yeah. Just Terra Steel right away. 2 could play at this game. I got one of those too. I got a Terra Steel as well. The good news is that they won't be Fairy Terra on the Farigiraf, which is like another concern I had in the back of my brain that I didn't feel like sharing with the public, so I didn't want to speak it into existence. But I was a little bit worried about Fairy Terra. Thankfully, not the case. Because if they were Fairy Terra on Farigiraf, I'm never knocking that thing out. Oh, they protected, though. Interesting. So that means both attacks will go into the Golden Go. which isn't a lot, but you know, still makes a difference, I'm sure. All right, I got light screen up. All right, my Grimmy lives at 2. Yo, burn with these EV spreads. Look at that. Grim took that like a champion. I can actually get reflect up too. Hey, I'll take free damage where I can get it. And I will just get reflect up because I got nothing to lose by doing that. And just gonna keep firing dragon darts until the end of time. Now, hopefully the last Pokemon they have can't deal with Tauros. I'm relying a lot on this Tauros to win the game. But at the same time, I have a whole, like, full HP Palafin, too. No, I think we're fine. Yeah, I think we're really fine. I was actually expecting to lose the Grimmsnarl this turn, but yeah, I still have a Grimmsnarl. I still have Reflect up. So even if they have crazy things in the back, I can deal with it, right? They're actually gonna hard swap out. Fine by me. Go into Quaquaval. All right, well, that's not something that my Tauros wanted to see, but no big deal. They just go for Hyper Voice. Gonna do a little bit of damage to Dragapult. Oh, it's not good that they can actually outspeed me in the Tailwind. Wow. That's a little surprising. I'm gonna go Tauros just for the Intimidate. And just to kind of give my opponent an idea to attack something that isn't Dragapult, right? My Tauros is straight bait here. I'm like, hey, look, I have a Tauros. Don't you want to hit it? Don't you want to lower that Tauros's health? It's looking awfully juicy over there. Fingers crossed they actually fall for it. There's a Protect. Let's see an Aqua Step into Tauros. Come on, you know you want to. Nah, they just CC. Fine. Fair enough. Knocks out my Dragapult. But the Tailwind should be gone this turn. Which means I got some real Pokemon now. My Pokemon outspeed. My Pokemon can make things happen. Moxie won't matter. Hyper Voice. I got Protect. All right, cool. We're fine. Tailwind runs out. Beautiful. All right, final turn of Tailwind. I got a whole Palafin to break through this team. Who do I attack with who? I think I close combat here. Problem is, I don't think any of these moves are strong enough to knock out the Farigiraf. So maybe I have to close combat Farigiraf. And then Drain Punch this one. I don't know if that's enough, but I'm going to try. That's fine, I guess. Let's see if Drain Punch was enough on Quaquaval. Oh, maybe I should have just gone for the close combat there. Okay, good. It's enough. All right, nice. Whew, I was worried for a second. I was definitely concerned. Now I got to break through this guy. How am I doing that? Close combat's my best way, right? I think we're actually fine if I just Drain Punch him. Battle's canceled. Nice. I was a little bit worried that maybe a Scarf in there somewhere, but thankfully that's not the case. Thankfully, no Scarf. We're just going to take another win. 2-1 in today's episode. Let's go ahead and get you guys that rental code. And here you have the Slacking team. Thank you so much, Berm, for making this team public and making this team in general, because it's definitely a fun one to play with. It's a little... I don't want to say gimmicky because Berm doesn't like that word, but it's a little gimmicky with the whole Slacking Grafaiai thing, but it's a pretty decent strategy to the point where if you can identify it when it works and when it doesn't work, you can catch your opponent off guard, or you can just trick them into leading something that wants to counter it. Like with that last game, we forced them into the Tailwind or the Farigiraf because they just didn't know which way to go. So we forced them into both of those because they feared the Grafaiai and they wanted the Armor Tail to do something. But since we didn't bring it, and, you know, these last 4 just ended up tearing up the game from there. So there are definitely nuances with the team. And the more experience you have playing with the team, you can definitely pick and choose when you'll need the right Pokemon for the right situations. Other than that, love the Tauros, love the Palafin, love the Grimmy, love the Dragapult. Slacking, even a little impressed by it. Not the best Pokemon in the world. Maybe there are even better things we can doodle. but definitely a contender in the current meta. You got to respect those stats. With that said, if you guys enjoyed today's video, hit the like button down below and subscribe to Pokesports if you haven't done so already. I'm Pokesports. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great night and peace out. Bye-bye.